Hey everyone, back in the garage today, working on the RM125. Done a few things off camera. We didn't quite have enough time to get a video made of them, but we've so far rebuilt our forks, replaced our clutch components that we saw were bad in the last video, and now we're going to correct some foot pegs that have been a little bit jury-rigged on. Stay tuned. Alright, we've got our foot pegs. We got some IMS steel pegs. Deric couldn't help himself, so here already opened them. Look pretty good. They're pretty sharp. You can see. We'll see how they hold up. We also got some new hardware. Someone tried to use bolts on it, so put some pins and some springs in. Alright, here you can see our pegs. We don't have a pin, as you would expect. We have this bolt and no nut. So they more or less just force the bolt through, and it's kind of hanging up in the frame, which is less than great. And we have no fold up ability. So it's a little bit dangerous in the event Deric takes a digger and puts a peg down. It's not gonna be great. So we're gonna get that fixed. All right, first step, let's get this old bolt out of there. Alright, let's go get our new one. Alright, now moving to the other side. We've got a bolt that they apparently ran the opposite direction up and through, and actually put a nut on it. So, get this loose, and take this out. Get this ready for the new pegs. Definitely not the ideal way to have this set up. You definitely should have your proper hardware in there. It's really a bit of a safety concern whenever you can't have your pegs fold up, so they'll catch, and then kind of you'll be stuck dead in the water. So there it is. We'll get the new pegs on and see how they work. Well, unfortunately, we had a little snafu in the parts ordering department, and I'm not going to name who it was because it was definitely me. But the incorrect parts were ordered for these pins, but luckily I have another RM125 we were at least able to take the pins and the hardware for demonstration purposes. So here we go, we'll get this side installed at least. It's a pretty simple operation. We've got the wider section here that actually rests against the peg in that fashion, and this will actually hold onto the frame. And we'll just get her in there, as such. Her pin, on these in particular, you gotta watch, you could usually get this to jog out away from the frame a little bit and snake it in, but the pin is actually long enough that you don't have a direct shot, so you may wanna take this brake lever off. For sure, I'm gonna have to remove this spring at least, so I can get some room. And see, kind of hard to see. Don't have a visual to see where I need to move things to get them to line up. Oh. Back into place. Turn it off just a smidge. We have to just tap them in. Don't like to have to use tools like this, but oh, there it goes. Little tap. bottom up. A little bit of persuasion. Put our washer on and our cotter pin. Bend it up to make sure it keeps the pin in. And we'll test it. Much better. Just let our spring just hang here. We have new hardware en route, so I'm not going to put this on permanently, but that's it. It's the same procedure for the other side. After having to put this side on, I think we probably will straighten out that little tab on the frame on the other side. I believe it is bent up a little bit from the previous owner running the bolt in and tighten it down, so we'll get that straightened out. Get the new hardware in, put the pegs on, and we'll see how she rips. I'm sure this will give Deric a good bit more feel. They're definitely quite a bit sharper, and these are a little wider than the pegs that were on it. I definitely don't believe these were stock. I don't know where they came from, but the stock ones would have a similar setup in the frame to these, and these are totally different. So I think somebody just pulled these out of who knows where. But that's it. That's all there is to installing pegs, and so far we'll do a full review on these IMS ones whenever we get some ride time on them, but so far they look like a pretty quality product. They're definitely not the most lightweight. I believe they're made out of steel, but I'm not one to worry too much about weight down about the foot peg level. Higher up is usually something to be a little more concerned with, has more higher center of gravity, more leverage against your center of gravity, etc. So weight on down low is not necessarily a bad thing. It gives you a nice planted feel, so I'm not going to get too worried about it. But these definitely will grip a lot better, and they actually fold up like they're supposed to. So either way, it should be good improvement for Deric. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. Gets our name out there, share it. Feel free to. And we'll see you on the next one.